Hey friends, today I'm here to talk to you guys about Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur. I think that's how you pronounce it. This is my first ever collection of poetry that I've ever read and talked about, so I don't really know exactly what I'm talking about, even more so than usual. So I'm just going to kind of fumble along through this one and hopefully make a cohesive point by the end of it. That's the power of editing. So as this is a book of poetry, I don't really know what to say as far as like a general plot. It follows four main sections of the book: the hurting, the loving, the breaking, and the healing. So the poems kind of have a similar theme in those four sections. I don't know if I had a particular favorite of any section. They all had really good stuff in it, and they all had some stuff that was just kind of alright. And a lot of the poems had to do with sex, and not just like pleasurable sex, but sex also used as like a destructive force. There's a lot of stuff about the loss of innocence and things like that, because there's some poems about incestual touchings, and it's kind of hard to read some of these. I guess, yeah, the poems do kind of all weave together nicely to create a nice little story of like, well, not a nice story, but a story of like a loss of innocence and building yourself back up and then being torn down and then building yourself back up once again, because it doesn't end, it doesn't go well. But towards the end of it, the poems sort of have a more of a feeling of strength and acceptance to them, which just kind of makes me feel hope for this author, if these are poems about her actual life. I've heard people refer to this as like Tumblr poetry, and I can't remember where I heard that, but I can kind of understand where they're coming from, because I did used to read quite a bit of Tumblr poetry, just like little snippets and stuff. And I can see like the similar formats, like the really short story, or the really short poems, and it has a very simple structure to it, and like I understand why it's, you know, been described as Tumblr poetry. I don't understand how that's necessarily a bad thing though. The poetry still gets its point across. Like, it's still beautiful in its simplicity, and I really enjoyed it. I think overall I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. And yeah, that's basically it. That's all my thoughts on Milk and Honey. I might see if there's anything else by this author. I just kind of want to see what other stuff she's got going on. That's it for this one, so I guess I'll see you guys with my next video. Bye!